Hi guys, and welcome back to another video where today we're going to be predicting the score of the 2018-2019 FA Cup final, which takes place at Wembley on Saturday, kick-off at 5 PM, which I'm really disappointed about. I'm a traditionalist. I like the FA Cup final to take place at Wembley, obviously, but at 3 PM, the build-up from the morning throughout the afternoon up until that 3 o'clock kick-off, but TV and money talks, and it's at 5 PM, unfortunately. But before we get on to our prediction for the FA Cup final, we're going to just have a quick review of the final game week of the Premier League, which was game week 38. And we're also going to be announcing the winner of the Bluebirdlegend Fantasy Football League.
So last week I had another horrific week. I only had 3 points with no perfect scores.
And myself, I did okay. I actually came away with 7 points last week. No perfect scores. But overall, I'm actually pretty pleased with that. So the final points tally for this season, Nathan, you're on 254. And I'm on 277.
Absolutely destroyed me this year.
Yeah, so what was that? 23 points, I think?
Yeah, 23.
23 points. How that compares to last season, we actually both did better than last season. Last year, you had 245 points, so you beat your score last year's score by 9 points. And last year, I had 265 points, so I beat that score by 12 points. So this year, like last year, I'm the winner again.
Yeah.
But it's all to play for next season. Hopefully you'll be able to drag it back and make it 2-1 by the end of the 2019-2020 season, or could it go to 3-0?
Could it go to... It probably will go to 3-0, but...
We'll see how it goes. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But in the comment section for last week, game week 38, top scorer of the week, wasn't a massive score, was Francis Bellardi, friend of the show, always comments, always puts his predictions in, and he had 9 points. Now, there was another person that actually gained a score of 14 points, but it's very, very dubious because it was an edited prediction, and that was, whether I'm name and shaming or not, I don't know, but it was Matthew CCFC02, and he came away with 14 points, and he actually had 10 correct results. So if you had a little wager on that, he would have come up with the big reddies in that, but I'm a bit dubious on that one. So moving on to the final league table of this season's Fantasy Football League. Well, here's the final top 10. And as you can see, the winner of the 2018-2019 Bluebirdlegend Fantasy Football League is Sorry Not Sorry, managed by Jason Wade. And he had a game week score of 77, but an overall total of 2,414. He pipped Webby Webstars, managed by Joshua Webb, who had a game week score of 81 points and was on 2,379 points overall. I'll just mention in third place it was Oklar, managed by Ivan Kaur, who had a game week score of 56 and a grand total of 2,356 points overall. But once again, congratulations to Jason Wade with his Sorry Not Sorry team. Well done.
Brilliant.
And just to summarise with Jason, I think he's from the United States of America. He has got a USA flag in his profile. And overall, he finished 4,596 overall in the world.
Fantastic.
So that is a stupendous effort overall there, Jason. Before we move on, I'd just like to thank each and every one of you for making your predictions each and every week, and also for all those who took part in the Fantasy Football League this season. There was 136 players overall, and kudos to every single one of you. So hopefully we'll see each and every one of you back next season playing the Fantasy Football League. I hope to run another league again next season, and hopefully we'll get more participants in that. But enough of last season, let's move on and have a look at this year's FA Cup final.
So this FA Cup final takes place on Saturday at 5 PM, as you covered earlier. Absolutely ridiculous, that is. Feel sorry for the Man City fans who are coming down from Manchester, who probably, if it goes to penalties and whatever, that's going to be a late one game back.
It will, yes.
Which is really not good for the fans. But at the end of the day, TV takes over. So Man City versus Watford. Now Man City could be going for the treble here, or the quadruple if you consider the Community Shield as a major honour. But Watford never won the FA Cup before. I believe the last time they got to an FA Cup semi-final, I believe, or an FA Cup final was during the 1980s.
Yeah, they actually got to the final, Watford. It's their one and only appearance, which was in the 1983 to 1984 season, where they lost 2-0 against Everton. With Manchester City, though, this is their 11th appearance in the FA Cup final. They've won it 5 times. And they've lost it 5 times, obviously. The last time that they won the FA Cup was back in the 2010-2011 season, where they beat Stoke City 1-0. Yeah. And the last time they were actually in the FA Cup final itself was in the 2012 season to 2013, where they narrowly lost 1-0 against Wigan Athletic.
Funny thing was, Wigan were relegated already by that point as well.
They were indeed. So, how do you see the game going?
To be honest, I think it's going to be close. Watford, they I believe they've been resting players recently since they've had nothing to play for. I mean, they've lost their last 3 games. Mm-hmm. They dropped out of the top 10 into 11th place, so this is their only way of qualifying for Europe at the moment, is if they win the FA Cup. But they're coming up against a Man City side who are highly motivated at the moment. Pep is going to put out a full team. They're going to want all the exactly. They're going to want to put out everything they can to get that prize money, really, and be as dominant as possible and get as many trophies as they can. I think Watford are going to push them all the way, but I just don't think it's going to be enough for them, and I'm going to say a high-scoring game, a 4-2 victory to the Citizens.
Wow! And who do you think will be on the score sheet?
Score sheet wise, I think Delafeu and Troy Deeney for Watford, and then for Man City, I'm saying 2 Aguero goals, a Raheem Sterling and a Leroy Sané goal.
Excellent.
Or maybe Bernardo Silva as well.
Right. Okay. So 4-2 to Manchester City for yourself. Before I make my prediction, let's see how they got to the final. Mm-hmm. Manchester City, they've had some really good results. They've beaten Rotherham 7-0, Burnley 6-0. They beat Newport County 4-1. Remember that back in February. They beat Swansea controversially 3-2 at the.
Pains me to say that as well.
At the Liberty Stadium. They beat Brighton in the semi-final at Wembley 1-0 as well, and of course we've got Watford in the final on Saturday. Watford themselves, they've come through. They beat Woking in the third round. Then they beat Newcastle 2-0 at St James's Park, a very good result, that one. They also beat Queen's Park Rangers at Loftus Road.
Yes, Loftus
Road, of course. And they beat Crystal Palace in the quarterfinals before beating Wolverhampton Wanderers 3-2 after extra time in the semi-final. So a little bit tougher for them to get through to the final, but well done all the same. How I see this one going, I think, Watford haven't been in the best of form, as you said. They've lost their last 3 matches. Manchester City look dominant as usual. What is it? They've won some 14 or 15 matches on the trot, not conceding many goals. In their 2 previous fixtures this season, I think it was 2-1 to Manchester City at Watford, and Manchester City also beat Watford 3-1 at the Etihad. So I think Manchester City are going to win this one, and I'm going to go for a 3-0 scoreline in this one. I'm going to go for an Aguero brace and a Bernardo Silva goal as well. But is there any way can Watford win this final?
Really, they just got to slowly break them down, I think. Hit Man City on the counter-attack. Or that's how teams such as Leicester and Palace have been able to beat them this season.
Newcastle as well. Did Newcastle beat
Newcastle
them?
beat them as well. They beat them earlier in the season at JT.
And we know how good a Watford team can be as well. So.
We saw a 5-1 demolishing a Cardiff.
Oh, we did, yes. But can they? But the quality that the Citizens have got in their ranks.
Yes.
I can only see a Manchester City victory.
Same here,
Yeah. Okay. So we'll look forward to that coming this Saturday evening or late afternoon. Mm-hmm. But for now, once again, thanks for all your support throughout the season. There are going to be some more videos coming out. We are going to be reacting to our championship predictions, our Premier League predictions. As I've said in previous videos as well, I'm going to be ranking the opposition fans that attended the matches at the Cardiff City Stadium in the Premier League this season as well, so watch out for that video. But before we go, Nathan, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Subscribe to my channel, link in description below. New videos coming out maybe a week or two time. Videos will be returning.
Okay, thanks for Nathan for being here for most weeks throughout the season. I know he's been busy as well with schoolwork and everything, but we've got it in. So once again, thanks for everyone once again, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.